Good afternoon, guys. I guess it is afternoon. It's a quarter to two, so definitely afternoon. So one of the things I wanted to talk to today is something that comes up an awful lot. Everyone seems to say it. It's like just a little exception. It's just this weekend. I just have this. I just have that. And just to get people to think about this in a slightly different way. And this came about very straight from two people who were here in the gym, and last weekend they told me, look, we're going on holidays, we want to try just get off a little bit extra. Oh, the guys next door are practicing trumpet. That's nice. So we just want to get off a little bit extra and a little bit ready. And look, okay, there's obviously going to be phases where you want to be a bit tighter on the diet and get a bit more done, and there's going to be phases where you try to maintain. Ideally, everything should be coming off nice and steadily over time. But sometimes it works better for some people to take a chunk off, maintain, rebuild the willpower, go again. That works for me. Doesn't work for everybody. If you have a lot to lose, it's better to have a consistent understanding of what you're doing. But anyways, these two people, they want to go and lose a bit before their holiday. They're going at the end of this month, and they wanted to do tight diet. And the first thing I was asked is like, oh, but it's our birthday on the weekend, and we want to try enjoy it. And I was like, well, this isn't going to work. And she's like, what? And I was like, I'm just going to tell you the straight thing. If you're going to do 2 weeks, you got to do 2 weeks, including the weekends. That's when you'll actually make great progress, because 95% of the people we see do actually awesome Monday to Thursday, Monday to Friday, and it is the weekend that totally throws it off kilter every time. And everyone says it's a little exception. It's just that one weekend I went out. But think about that for a second. A little exercise. How many people do you work with? A lot of people work with 10 or more people in their office. So straight away, that's 10 birthday cakes that you're probably going to see in a year, just in your office. Then you'll probably have 10 friends. You go out to dinner with them or for their birthdays another 10 times. So this is now 20 weekends in the year, or 20 weeks in the year we're having exceptions. Then you have family. You might have 5 family occasions. So we're now at 25. So out of 52 weeks of the year, we've taken up 25 weeks, and we haven't even talked about your actual going out or going on holiday. So maybe instead of thinking about that weekend as being the exception, maybe it's the habit that is actually holding you back. Maybe it's the thing that you need to look at the most, the structure of your weekend. Because so many people, it is just a pattern. You think it's once, but the reality is if you're going out 3 or 4 times a month, well, then it's not an exception. It's your every week. So you can either look at the whole thing as a budget and be, right, if I look over the whole month, I can have maybe 1 weekend out or 2 weekends out, or you can drastically alter the rest of your week in order to accommodate that weekend. But that's the reality. Now, races are just coming up. We did mention it. We're having a little talk on Saturday at 12. I welcome anyone to come along. And one of the things we're trying to say to people is, wouldn't it be interesting if just for, say, 4 weeks, but 6 weeks really to the races, if just for 6 weeks you were very good on your diet. You did all the things you knew you should, and then you were going to enjoy the races. What difference would you make? Would you lose a notch off the belt? I think you would. I'm pretty damn confident you would. If you were able to do the plan, you'll make the difference. To give you an example, the 2 people I was talking to there on Friday, girl and a guy, they're a couple, which was actually awesome that they wanted to do something together, because being in a house when you're trying to keep control of your diet and the person beside you is sitting on the couch having biscuits and croissants, that doesn't work so well. It's a little difficult. Willpower is a finite thing, and you'll often find at the end of the day it's at its lowest. And they decided both to do a ketogenic style diet. Now, I'll go into that another day as to why that works and why that doesn't, but the reality of all these diets are calories matter. The cool thing about a ketogenic is it takes away the one thing that most people have the most cravings for and go wrong on the worst is carbs. It takes away your crisps, it takes away your potatoes, it takes away a lot of the stuff, chocolates and sugars. And if you take them out of your diet totally, for a week or two, you'll actually lose so many of those cravings. You won't be hungry, you'll have cravings, there's a little difference, and you can get over those. And that's why a lot of people find the ketogenic diet works so well. It is still important that the calories are low. So they tried this diet, and I made it actually very simple for them, gave them both the plan, and I said, this is what you have to do. Tomorrow is Saturday. You buy this, you go through this list, and you buy the stuff. Sunday you eat it. Do not think beyond that. Because that's exactly the same thing with the excuses. People justify every alteration and every choice they make. You give them a simple plan, you say this is what you eat, and people eat something else, or people eat that and then eat something in addition because it's only just a little. Well, the plan was calculated a very specific way, and if you follow it, it does work. So these two people, and obviously it's only a ballpark at the beginning, you have to alter as you go along. The girl lost 1.5 kilos. She started her ketogenic from Friday to Monday. I weighed them both times. The guy lost 2 kilos, again, from Friday to Monday. There's obviously a lot of factors in that. They went home Friday night and they probably thought, oh shit, this guy is serious, he's going to kick our ass. I'm not really like that. But they wanted it, so I gave it to them. Then they were thinking very hard about the Saturday, so they probably ate quite well on the Saturday, even though they weren't ketogenic. And then they actually did eat the diet on Saturday, and they did Sunday, and they did eat the diet on Monday, and they lost a ton of weight. Now, some of that's water, so I'm not going to pretend they lost 3.5 kilos of body fat between them in 4 days. That would be a little bit ludicrous. However, it was a great jump start. And if they even maintained that, if they didn't even lose another ounce in the week, that would be pretty amazing. And sometimes you need that little jolt to give you the confidence to keep going forward. But the big thing I'm at them to do is to try keep that going through the weekend. That's the hardest one. And if you can try that, maybe you just need to try 2 weeks. And the important thing about the 2 weeks is you have to be controlled for 2 weekends of those 2 weeks, with no exceptions. And just do it as a test to see how you get on. 2 weeks. It's not a big deal to just go without crap for 2 weeks. And it's not the end of the world, it's not your life forever, it's just 2 weeks. So see if you can stick to one plan for 2 weeks. See how it works for you. Best of luck, guys. Look forward to catching you hopefully on Saturday. And if not, I'll be up online talking general crap again on Tuesday. Take care.